Here we go again. Even though Michael Joseph Jackson passed away, unfortunately, on June the 25th, 2009, the bias and slander that's leveled against him and his legacy continues. This time we revisit the old 1993 accusations with the Chandler family. As you see them pictured with Michael in this 1993 photo here, you have to the left, you have Mother June Chandler. The young man to the right is Jordan Chandler. And the little girl that Michael is holding, that's Jordan's younger sister, Lily Chandler. The allegations also included June's ex-husband and Jordan's father, Evan Chandler. Although their allegations, it triggered a criminal investigation into the alleged crimes by Michael Jackson. A lengthy criminal investigation. It produced no criminal indictment at all. And that's something that most of the mainstream media never reports. Early in the criminal investigation, the Chandlers ran and filed a civil suit against Michael Jackson. A civil suit only being about money. So, yeah, very early in the criminal investigation, they seemed to not even be interested in the criminal investigation, but they sure were interested in that civil suit that they put in. Michael Jackson's attorneys at the time tried to get the civil lawsuit postponed to after the criminal investigation had concluded or a criminal prosecution had went forth. But he was denied by a judge on several occasions. In my opinion, this was a violation of Michael Jackson's rights to a fair trial. To put further context in this whole situation, the criminal investigation into Michael Jackson involving the Chandler case began in August 1993. The Chandlers filed their civil lawsuit in September of 1993. The civil lawsuit settlement that we hear so much about for $20+ million happened in January 1994. And haters of MJ always saying, well, if he was so innocent, why would he pay $20 million? $20 million? Who pays $20 million? I'll tell you who pays $20 million. A person that may pay $20 million is a person that may be worth over $1 billion, because $20 million to them is like a couple of $100 to the average Joe like me and you. So yeah. More context where the media, most of the mass media seem to not report is that that settlement, that civil settlement included not only Jordan, but it included his mother June, as well as his dad Evan. And to all the people who bogusly claim this was some type of hush money or whatever, yeah, let's delve deeper into this. This civil lawsuit settlement was in January 1994. Jordan Chandler and his family still cooperated with the criminal investigation until about July of 1994. So how is that hush money? They were still cooperating with the criminal investigation months after the settlement. Anyways, the reason why I bring all of this up is because there's a report out now that the long-awaited and anticipated Michael Jackson biopic, simply called Michael, which was originally set for release in April of this year and was eventually pushed back to October of this year, allegedly or reportedly is set to be pushed back again because they had to do reshoots. The reshoots allegedly are necessary because of some of the agreements made in that settlement in 1993. So that's how they correlate. So, yeah. What got me a little frustrated about the reporting of this story, whether it's true or not, is the biased reporting that it was reported in. The way that it was reported. It was reported biasly, in my opinion. They reported like things like it was scenes of where the Chandler family was depicted in the movie or the movie, and they got to reshoot those parts. But the movie was set to make Michael Jackson look innocent. This was the reporting of the story. Now, making a person look innocent, what's that mean? So their biased reporting is just reporting that basically they're trying to imply that he's guilty. But what about us that believe that he was not guilty, that he was innocent? So that should be looking like biased reporting to us, and it definitely looks like biased reporting to me. So in essence, the MJ estate, which is behind this film, can't defend the legacy of Michael Jackson. Is that what we're saying here? They can't defend his legacy against charges leveled against him in 1993 that was never criminally prosecuted. And what's funny about it is the same journalists, quote unquote journalists, who throw this out there like it's in a shady and biased way, are the same ones that would attack the Michael Jackson estate and the movie for not addressing the allegations or ignoring the allegations. The same ones that's attacking it in a biased way are the same ones who would attack the movie and the Michael Jackson estate for ignoring the allegations. Make that make sense. So when I first heard this story about there's going to be reshoots because the depiction of the Chandler family are reportedly in this movie, the Chandler family don't want out, and they feel like that is that is against the agreement that they made with Michael back in 1994. The first thing I thought about is say, wait a minute, what type of depiction of the Chandler family could be in this movie that got them a little rattled? You know, because Michael Jackson, when he was alive, he always denied the charges or the claims against him. He vehemently denied the charges against him, always, when he was alive. So it got me to thinking a little bit here. Their protests of being depicted in the movie couldn't be because Michael was denying the charges and saying that he was innocent, because he did that very, very much so when he was still alive. And it couldn't be him calling them liars or anything, or painting them as liars, because he did that greatly on his 1995 history album, Past, Present, and Future, Book 1, where he basically, the whole album of new songs was basically about the Chandler family and the allegations against him. History, aka his story. So I mean, huh? Then it made me think about Jordan Chandler's father, Evan Chandler. Evan Chandler. He was part of the settlement in 1993-94. And Evan Chandler, there's some information about him that most of the media tried to sweep under the rug in them 93 allegations. I mean, he had a little phone conversation that was happened to be taped. Well, it was several phone conversations taped before any allegations were even leveled in August of 1993. These phone conversations come from July 1993. Check this out.
This man is going to be humiliated beyond belief. He will not believe it. He will not believe what's going to happen. And beyond his worst nightmares. So one more record. This attorney I found. I interviewed several, and I picked the nastiest son of a bitch I could find. Once I make that phone call, this guy is just going to destroy everybody in sight. Any devious, nasty, cruel way that he can do it. And I've given him full authority to do that. It'll be a massacre if I don't get what I want. If I go through with this, I win big time. I will get everything I want, and they will be destroyed forever. They will be destroyed. June is going to lose Jordy. She will have no right to ever see him again. Yeah. That's a fact, Dave. That's what's going to happen. Michael's career will be over. Does that help Jordy? Michael's career will be over. And does that help Jordy? That's irrelevant to me.
Now, that's parts of the phone conversations Evan Chandler, the father of Jordan Chandler, and Jordan's stepfather at the time, David Schwartz, had about the situation that was coming up in July of 1993. So, in these phone conversations, it sounds like Mr. Evan Chandler is plotting something here. He talked about Michael being humiliated and not being able to sell another record. Now, at this time, anybody that knows anything about the 1993 allegations, by this time, supposedly, Mr. Evan Chandler's suspicions about Michael's behavior with his son was already etched in his brain. He was actually allegedly already supposed to have his suspicions and knew and all this other stuff. But curiously, he mentioned nothing about that in these phone conversations. He only mentioned about if he didn't get what he wants, he's going to embarrass him. He also mentioned about Jordan's mother, June, not being able to see Jordan when this goes through. And he got this attorney, this nasty son of a bee, that's gonna just bring havoc all around. And David Schwartz on the other end even asked him at one point, does this help Jordy? Meaning Jordan, his son. And he said, that's irrelevant to me. Does that sound like a father that's talking about anything where somebody abused his son? Right. It doesn't sound that way to me either. And this is what I believe that the people that's trying to bring up some type of what was it? Some type of agreement in that financial settlement. This is what they're afraid of being depicted in the movie. This is what I believe they're afraid of. because this is relevant information to those allegations. This is very relevant information to those allegations, in my opinion. Evan Chandler eventually in 2009 allegedly committed suicide. It's time for all the folklore about the 1993 allegations against Michael Jackson to come to an end. Jordan Chandler, who's now in his mid-40s, needs to come forward and set this straight. He needs to, whatever he wants to say, whatever he wants to say, he needs to come from hiding. And he needs to speak. He needs to set this record straight. I mean, to me and millions more people, it's pretty obvious to us, but we could be wrong. But just look at the actions. After, like several months after the civil settlement, he notified criminal prosecutors that he no longer wanted to be called a victim in their criminal investigation. A year later, approximately a year later after that, he emancipated himself from his own parents. In 2005 Michael Jackson trial, the prosecutors tried to get him to testify against Michael Jackson, and he ran to another country. Didn't want to participate at all. In 2019, for the Leaving Neverland BS propaganda film, he didn't want to be part of that either. He told them to kick rocks as well. So to me, and he sits in hiding or whatever and living his best life. I just want Jordan Chandler, like I said, he's in his mid-40s now, to come out and speak out and set the record straight. That's all. No matter what he has to say. I mean, I get an open invitation. He can come on my platform if he want to express himself here. So, yeah, he got the open invitation. But, yeah. My personal opinion, I hope the makers of the film Michael and the State come to the conclusion that no reshoots. They're not going to reshoot any scenes. They're going to leave it all in there. Because the truth needs to be told. His truth. Michael Jackson's truth. They need to stand on this. If they are trying to put a their side of the story out there, they need to stay with it. The only thing they suffer is probably some money from that, from violating any terms of that plea agreement. So, and the state has made a great amount of money for the Michael Jackson estate, so they have it. So why don't they keep the depictions that they have of the Chandler family in the movie? I want them to keep. I am pushing for them to keep the scenes that supposed to be depicted of the Chandler family. You know, if it costs them some millions of dollars or some money, so be it. The truth is more important and more valuable. To get the truth out there is more valuable, in my opinion. But anyway, like I said, I hope they keep the scenes in there. And I hope to see this movie this fall. I'm looking forward to seeing Michael this fall. And with that, I'm going to end the video right here. Please feel free to like, share, and comment on this video. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. After subscribing, please click that little notification bell in order to be notified of any new uploads from the channel. Thank you all for your support. I truly appreciate it. With that, I am out. I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace. One love. Stay safe. Continue to be blessed.